Hi everyone, and welcome to Noodle Journey, your destination for detailed and informative reviews of the instant noodle universe. And today I'm doing a special deep dive into all three Thai noodle bowls currently available from Trader Joe's. We've got garlic sauce, red curry, and peanut satay. Before we begin, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these reviews. Alright, so let's talk about these. I've reviewed a few Trader Joe's instant noodle products before. Their ridiculously named squiggly Taiwanese noodles and their ramen cups, and none of them were really spectacular. Trader Joe's usually partners with other established companies to slap their own branding on their packaging and sell them in their stores. And in the case of the Taiwanese noodles, they might possibly be Asha's noodles. I've never found out for sure. And in the case of the ramen cups, they are repackaged Mike's Mighty Good Ramen. Yay. These three offerings, I honestly don't know who the manufacturer is, so if anyone knows for sure, please leave me a comment. What I can tell you is that you'll find each of these bowls exclusively at Trader Joe's supermarkets for about $2.50 at the time of this filming. There are also third-party sellers on Amazon who sell these for a ridiculous markup, which is an option if you don't live near a Trader Joe's, but I don't recommend it because usually the markups are pretty nuts. So let me start this marathon with the garlic sauce noodles because that's what interests me the most of these three. Sodium content is only 800 milligrams, which is really surprisingly low for instant noodles. And believe it or not, this is the highest sodium level of the three. The other two were even lower than this. There's also 9 grams of sugar in here if that bothers you. Now, popping off that lid, you can see that these noodles are shelf-stable fresh noodles, not fried or air-dried. So that's definitely cool. You don't see these a lot. We've also got a massive sauce packet containing, of course, garlic, along with chili peppers, onions, coconut, scallions, soy sauce, and fish sauce. This is not vegan because of that fish sauce. And I actually remember seeing on Reddit that the predecessors to this line of products, which came in little takeout container packaging, all used to be vegan. But now the new recipes all contain fish sauce. And honestly, that's a little strange, because I would think Trader Joe's keeping these vegan would be a draw for a lot of people. Weird. Anyway, this and all the others are microwave only to cook, so let's put the noodles and sauce packet into the bowl and take care of all that. You know what I really appreciate? This has a perforation here. Yoink. Easy peasy. Same with this sauce. This is heavy. I have to assume that there is more than enough sauce to cover these noodles, which I definitely appreciate. Interesting scent. Lots of garlic. Alright, let's pop this in the microwave and see what happens. Okay, and here it is in all of its garlicky glory. So, one thing to note about the cooking process is that brick of noodles, even though it's soft, they're all clumped together, and it takes a lot of big stirs to get them unclumped. Otherwise, you just end up with a block. Just be careful if you buy these, you're going to have to put in some effort to get the noodles apart. As far as aromas go, the only thing I'm smelling is garlic, and not like good garlic, like overly processed and preserved garlic. It's got a very off-putting smell. Let's see how it tastes. Alright, so let's talk about the noodles first. They're thick, and while they may look like they're a little chewy, they're kinda soft. Softer than udon, which is about the closest thing I can compare these to. They're not bad, but I think if they sit for a long time, they are definitely going to turn into mush. They don't seem to have any particular flavor or character on their own, and I don't love how difficult they were to separate when I was stirring the sauce in. But if you eat these quickly, I think you'll be mostly okay with them, so I'm going to call these a 6 out of 10 for the noodle quality. Now, as far as the spiciness is concerned, yeah, there's a little bit of chili pepper in here. I don't think it's an intolerable amount. In fact, I think it's pretty mild. and then combined with the kind of tanginess of the garlic, yeah, this is worth maybe a 1.5 out of 10 on the spiciness scale. And in case you were wondering, these little red bits in here seem to be more bell pepper than chili pepper. Yeah. Oh boy, but now we got to talk about the flavor. I said before that the smell was off-putting, and boy is the taste equally off-putting. I have to figure out a way to describe this while keeping this in PG-13 territory. Let me offer the disclaimer that everybody's taste buds are different, and my taste buds are extremely sensitive as a super taster, and so it is entirely possible that what I am tasting here will be different than your experience should you choose to buy this. However, have you ever bought jarred garlic or garlic paste or one of those pre-processed, not fresh garlic containers, and it just has that strange acidic bend to it? That's what this is. If you've been following my channel a long enough time, you know that I love garlic in most of its forms, but this is just an off-puttingly strong, weird abundance of garlic in here, and I really don't care for it. It's also got an acidic zing to it, like I was saying, along with a little sweetness from probably the coconut, and then a peppery finish from these little red peppers in here. Yeah, it's really horrible. I'm not going to mince words. This is atrocious. This is probably one of the worst things I've reviewed on this channel. No, I take that back. This is the worst thing I've reviewed on this channel. The slightly better than medium quality of the noodles can't overcome this sauce, which, by the way, is also a very weird texture. I don't know. I don't really like anything about this. It honestly boggles my mind to think of the number of people involved in developing a food product for retail shelves, and that throughout that entire number of people who must have looked at this, tasted this, been in the same room as this to smell it, that every single one of those people was like, yeah, this is great. Put this on the shelves, post-haste. Oh, God. Honestly, I could sit here and complain about this all day, but this is a 0 out of 10. I absolutely hate this. Holy shit. This is going in the garbage. Okay, that one was a rousing disappointment. So let's move on to the red curry variety and hope that things don't go even further downhill from here. Now, while I have eaten Thai red curry from restaurants before, I've never reviewed a red curry product for my channel. And so let me briefly talk about what this is. Typically, Thai red curry uses a red paste made from chili peppers, lemongrass, galangal, garlic, coriander, cumin, shrimp paste, and lime or kefir. When you blend that paste with coconut milk, vegetables, and whatever protein you want, and you've got your curry. That's more or less what's supposed to be here in this bowl, minus the protein, from what I can tell. So it's hopefully going to be a sweet and spicy blend of ingredients with some citrus zest to it. It's not my favorite of the Thai curries, but I do like it. But I've never had red curry with noodles, only with rice, so this is a little bit different. Checking out the sodium, 590 milligrams, and sugar is 10 grams. Let's look inside. Once again, more shelf-stable noodles, and here in the packet we've got peas and bamboo shoots as our veggies, along with the sauce ingredients I already talked about, except the fish sauce is in place of shrimp paste. So once again, not vegan, sorry to say. So let me assemble this and pop it in the microwave. That actually smells pretty good. I honestly can't see a world in which it's worse than what I just had. Okay, be right back. Okay, this one does smell much better than the last one. Of course, if you don't like Thai red curry, if you've had it before and you're like, no, this is not for me, I mean, you're not going to like the way this smells. This smells exactly like what I've gotten from takeout. Now check that out. An actual, what I think is a lime leaf in here. That's not something I'm going to eat, but cool. I guess it's authentic flavor. Not that much to say about it. The smell is overwhelmingly curry powder and coconut. Let's dive in. Okay, good news. This one's not a 0 out of 10. Thank God. Starting with the noodles again. Same exact issues as before. They're pretty good. Don't let them mush up, but they have a reasonably pleasant chew and texture to them. 6 out of 10 for the noodles. As far as the spice level goes, this one does have a kick to it, it being a red curry with chili pepper and all. It's tingly. It's not any worse than anything I've ever had from an American Thai takeout restaurant. So I think I'm comfortable giving this a 3 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's not really anything intimidating in my opinion. And so overall flavor, this is decent, I gotta say. It tastes pretty close to what I would get from a takeout place. The noodles and the sauce mix well together. The sauce consistency this time is actually pretty nice. Main flavors are the sweetness from the coconut, a little zest of lime, and those curry spices. It's not surprising. If you've ever had this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've never had this before, then, if you like curry, you'll probably enjoy this. The peas rehydrated nicely. They're not mealy. The bamboo shoot that I ate had a really nice crunch to it, a nice contrast to the softness of the noodles. And I think if I have any complaints, it's that this might just be a little too sweet for my particular liking. But if you enjoy your red curry to be sweet, then you're not going to have anything to complain about here. Of course, the only other complaint, which is not a surprise, is that it probably needs a little more salt, MSG, something like that. Overall, this is pretty good, and also a pretty far cry from that first bowl. And I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Not bad at all. Okay, and now we come to the last one, the peanut satay flavor. So if you've ever ordered satay from a Thai restaurant, you usually get grilled meat on a skewer with a tasty peanut sauce. And that sauce, I think, is kind of what is supposed to be replicated in here. So it's a combination of nutty, sweet, savory, and usually a little spicy. And again, I've never had it with noodles, so this is interesting. Sodium for this bowl is 670 milligrams, still pretty good. 13 grams of sugar, the highest sugar content of the 3 bowls. Let's pop it open. So here's the noodles again, and in the packet we've got some carrots and mung beans, along with the sauce made from coconut milk, peanuts, chili peppers, lemongrass, a curry powder blend, tamarind garlic, and our old friend fish sauce. And I know that fish sauce is great for adding umami to things, but it just feels out of place at this point. I'm not a Thai chef, but I've looked at a bunch of recipes for peanut sauce in preparation for this video, and I could not find a single one that contains fish sauce, let alone any animal products at all. It's really very, very strange to me that this isn't vegan. Now, if someone more adept at Thai cuisine wants to comment and tell me that fish sauce is usually in satay, please tell me. Please let me know. I could be wrong. So let's put this together and get to the microwaving. Kind of interesting. I expected more of a peanutty smell from it, but it doesn't smell like much at all. It doesn't mean it won't taste like anything, but I expected a blast of peanuts in my nostrils and I didn't get it. Strange. Okay, be right back. Alright, and here we go with the peanut satay flavor. Lots of chunks of carrots in here. That's cool. Lots of crunchy little peanut bits. Also cool. I don't see any of the mung beans that were listed on the packaging, so if you came here for mung beans, you're probably going to be disappointed. Now that it's cooked, I'm definitely getting more of a peanut smell along with the coconut milk. Smells decent. Smells like satay sauce that I've had before. Let's give this a try. Okay, talking about the noodles, not much more to say at this point. These are the same noodles that were in the other two bowls. There are a 6 out of 10. Talking about the spiciness, this feels to me like it's got about the same level of kick as the red curry did. So it's a mild, bordering on medium spice. And I don't think it should be super intimidating if you've ever had this at a restaurant before. It's basically about the same, if you live in America, that is. So 3 out of 10 for the spiciness of this bowl as well. So let's talk about the flavor. There's a nice 1-2 punch of the nuttiness from the peanuts and the sweetness from the coconut milk. A little bit of sourness from what I'm guessing is the lemongrass. And you've got some curry spices backing everything up. Also a little tartness from the tamarind. I think it's pretty evident here. I don't really taste garlic. I don't taste fish sauce. This has a nice general sweet and umami profile. Just like the red curry, it could use some salt, but the overall consistency of the sauce is decent. Nice and thick without being weird. The carrots are very soft. If you expected crunchy carrots in here, these have a very yielding texture to them, as you can see. But they're good. They're very good carrots. And I like that there's crunchy little pieces of peanut through here that give it some additional texture. Things I don't like, besides the fact that it needs a little salt or MSG, I think it's a little too sweet. I would prefer this to be less sweet and a little more savory. I also really wish the mung beans made an appearance because that would have been also a nice textural difference. But it is what it is. And I think if you like satay or you like peanut sauce in general, just watch out for how sweet it is. As far as Thai flavors go, this combination is not exactly my favorite, but it is objectively pretty good. So bearing all that in mind, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 as an overall score. And there we go, all 3 Trader Joe's varieties reviewed for your pleasure and for my displeasure. The noodles in all 3 are decent, just shy of great. But between all the sauce offerings, I can say that the red curry is probably my personal favorite, followed by the peanut satay, and I wouldn't touch this garlic sauce again with a 10-foot pole. It's funny that the one that I wanted to try the most ended up being one of the worst things I've ever eaten. Kind of ironic in the Alanis Morissette sense of the word. If you find yourself in a Trader Joe's and spot either the red curry or the peanut satay and those flavors appeal to you, then try one of them or both of them. If you really want to take a gamble and try the garlic sauce, maybe your taste buds will have a different experience than mine, but if they don't say I didn't warn you. That's all for this mega review. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown of all of these, and if you have opinions on these or suggestions for any way to jazz these up, or even any other Trader Joe's noodle products that I haven't seen yet, please leave me some comments. Hope to see you on the next episode of Noodle Journey. And this is going straight in the trash before it stinks up my whole house.